welcome. Thank you for joining. And I've had some messages for people that haven't been able to join. And for those of you that said you would watch the recording, we're kind of just starting up now, so I'll guide you through what we need to do. So today we're going to be practicing a beautiful forgiveness practice. And I really truly believe through all of my experience, especially the last 10 years, that forgiveness really is the key to inner peace. And once you find that peace, you can conquer anything. And people, over the years, I've taught this for many, many years, actually, this practice that was taught to me by my healer master, Master Zhigong Shah. And that was first back in 2010. And I remember, just to give you a little bit of an insight and a bit of a story, I had to practice this forgiveness practice, a meditation. It was a guided meditation for 100 days. And oh my God, did my life change after 100 days. It was quite daunting because I never really believed I had anyone to, ask for forgiveness from, and I was like, yeah, no. And then all of a sudden, the amount of souls that appeared over, the course of this 100 days that I would have never imagined. So the practice, what we do, it's on a soul level. So it's all about using visualization. So really using the mind power. We call in the souls of all of those that we may have hurt or harmed in this lifetime, knowingly or unknowingly. The second part is that we ask for forgiveness to all those that we've hurt and harmed, and those that have hurt and harmed us. So that's the second part. And then the third part is actually forgiving yourself. So there's three aspects of this forgiveness. And what happens is I'm going to guide you through this meditation. Your eyes are going to be closed. You find yourself in a comfortable position. Either you can even lay on the floor, but sometimes people have fallen asleep. So I'm like, if you can, sit on a chair, prop your back against a wall with your legs out straight. I mean, be comfortable, but try not to fall asleep. And what we do is we invite the souls of these people. Someone else is joining in. Just give them a second. So we call the souls in of this people. Is it connecting? Hello, Rajalakshmi. So maybe you could send her a message, Richard, and just say that we started and maybe mute in a second. So we call the people in, and we'll use our forehead as a screen to kind of call them in, and we'll be seated there on a soul level. And when we call these people in, we're literally calling the energy of these people in. And you've got to really understand that these people are not going to hurt or harm you, but everything is energy, right? Like everything that makes up what we are is energy, matter, and consciousness. So we're connecting that to that consciousness of theirs to have this conversation with them. Because one of the things is, if we don't learn to forgive in this lifetime, we are going to burden ourselves more and more with heaviness, with karma. And we usually, if you don't ask for forgiveness, by the time you've lived your life in this lifetime, you come back in another lifetime, if you believe in reincarnation, and have to go through this all over again. So I've learned over the years to actually do this forgiveness practice in a really short version every single night. So, to not accumulate any karma. So when you're forgiving others for the hurt that they've caused you, you're clearing their debt, their karmic debt. And on a soul level, it really helps that person's soul standing. And you might think, well, if I forgive someone, how are they even going to know? It's not going to make any difference to them, or if I ask for forgiveness. But on a soul level, it actually does. And if there is a particular person that you've had some issues with in this lifetime, of course, then the more you practice this for this person, like you can do it on an individual forgiveness practice for one person, your relationship with that person will start to change. And that's without actually having a verbal conversation with them. And I'm sharing this because it's tried and tested on many, many occasions. So if you want to know more about that, we can have a private conversation. But what we're going to do today is the practice as a group to invite all these souls in. Now, I will ask you to repeat something after me, and I'll just run through it. So I will start by saying, dear soul, mind, and body of all the souls that have ever hurt or harmed me, knowingly or unknowingly, in this lifetime or in any of our lifetimes, please can you come and sit before me? So I'll ask you to repeat that with me. Some people might, if you're on mute, I mean, I'll ask you to unmute actually, as long as there's not going to be any outside disturbance. So we really get into this and we're in the feeling. If you want to stay on mute, you can just act, or you want your screen off, you can actually just say it with me. And then I'll guide you and I'll do some visualizations, and I call in Archangel Michael to really cut the cords, the energetic cords. I've done this in groups before, and it's actually got quite emotional because people don't realize what they see or what they feel or what they hear. So if you are asking these souls to come in and all of a sudden, you see someone from your past and you're like, wow, I didn't realize I'd hurt them so much, or they may have hurt you. Try not to get into a story, because what sometimes happens, we're like, oh God, yeah, I remember when they did that to me, and blah, 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 blah. And you've gone off on one. What you need to do is just let that soul come in. We're creating this space where they come and just sit in front of you, because many more souls will want to come, believe it or not. And they might not just be souls of this lifetime, they could be souls of any of your lifetimes. So sometimes if you're sensitive, you may either just feel present, you might see them as light, you might see an image, you might get a name, many different ways. Okay, and if somebody comes and you think, I'm not ready to forgive them, just know that you're not condoning what they may have done to you. But what you're doing is you're forgiving them on the conscious level, on the soul level, which is pure love, which we all are. And it's that oneness that brings us closer together, because sometimes we don't realize what the other person may have been going through when they hurt you, or vice versa. You may have been really hurt or in a bad way when you brought that hurt to them. So we're asking for this forgiveness on a soul level. So the mind is out the way. We really want to say to the mind, stay where you are. Let's really think about our soul asking for this forgiveness. So I think the best way is to experience it rather than me going on. Go with the flow, see what comes up. I'll remind you to not go into a story. And at the end, you can share how you enjoyed it, or it was quite painful, or whatever comes up. If you're willing to share, I'd really appreciate that, either talking out loud or in the chat. Anu's already falling asleep on me. Okay, so you can enjoy the environment that you're in by either dimming the lights, or you can get cozy. But I'm going to ask you to sit tall. I'm going to close my eyes so I can really zone in and really speak from my heart rather than my mind as well. So we're going to begin with an invocation. You can just stay relaxed, your hands on your lap or in Chin Mudra, which is your index finger on your thumb, or you can either have a prayer position. Taking a deep breath in, elongating your spine. Exhale, relax through your body. Become aware of your body as you breathe deeply. Relaxing your toes, your feet, your legs, your hips. Relaxing all the way through your torso, your chest, your shoulders. Long, deep breathing, exhaling either through the nose or the mouth, relaxing your arms, your hands, your neck, your face. Relaxing, observing your breath, just allowing your breath to settle in a rhythmic pace. And you can call in anyone in this invocation that you wish silently. Dear Divine, dear Tao, Dear all of our spiritual fathers and mothers, our teachers, gurus and guides, all of our ancestors, our unseen friends, all angels, archangels, healing angels, guiding angels, our earthly spiritual fathers and mothers, teachers, gurus and guides. We ask for your blessings this evening, or it could be your afternoon if you're watching. Please, can you bless us? Please, can you help us release karmic debt as we practice this forgiveness guided meditation? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So taking a moment to connect to your heart center, visualizing your heart chakra spinning and rotating. A beam of light enters right through the center of your heart chakra, opening and expanding, rotating and spinning. A golden ball of energy about the size of your fist, opening you up to forgiveness, to love and compassion through this practice. Know that no harm will come to you or to any other soul that will be here. Please repeat after me. Dear soul, mind and body of all the souls that I may have hurt or harmed, knowingly or unknowingly, in this lifetime or in any of my lifetimes. Please, can you come and sit before me? I have something very important to share with you.
There's something very important to share.
Now be there for a moment and allow these souls to come. Using your forehead as a screen, you can see yourself maybe sitting on a stage, and souls come. Souls from your past that you may have hurt or harmed, knowingly or unknowingly. Could be from your previous lifetimes. Let them come. Sometimes they come in the form of images, names, maybe just a speck of pure light, or even a dark speck of light. Do your best not to go into any story. You can say thank you if you wish, as each one comes. If souls have stopped coming, that's okay. All these souls sit calmly. They keenly want to know what you have to say. And if they're continuing to come, that's okay. Now repeat after me. Dear all souls that are here present,
All souls are here present.
I thank you for coming.
I thank you for coming.
To hear what I have to say.
Hear what I have to say.
I am sorry.
I am sorry.
I am truly, deeply sorry.
I am truly, deeply sorry.
for all the hurt and harm that I may have caused you,
for all the hurt and harm that I may have caused,
knowingly or unknowingly,
knowingly or unknowingly,
in this lifetime or in any of our lifetimes.
in this lifetime or in any of our lifetimes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So these souls sit in gratitude that you've extended out your forgiveness and asked to be forgiven with your apology, your sincere apology. These souls do not want any karmic debt with you, so they are happily accepting your apology. To ensure that there's no more energetic cords that attach you to these souls, we call upon Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is here, standing so tall by the sides of you all, with his mighty sword. And he is ready to lift his sword, and with one mighty whoosh, he cuts all of these energetic ties. Your energy bounces back to you, sealed in your abdomen, cut from all of these souls. We thank Archangel Michael. We thank the divine for the blessing. We ask that blessings be showered upon all these souls that are here present. And if there's anything you would like to say to all of these souls, you can share that either silently or out loud now. We say, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
To all souls that have come here today.
To all souls that have come here today,
we ask you to respectively leave.
We ask you to respectively leave.
And together we chant.
And together we chant.
Gong sung, gong sung, gong sung.
Gong sung, gong sung, gong sung.
This is in Mandarin, asking these souls to leave. These souls leave happily, some skipping, some wondering, how did this just happen? And they leave and you sit. Sit in gratitude, grateful that these souls, most of them, it may feel like some did not, but trust they received your apology. Repeating the second part, dear soul, mind and body.
Dear soul, mind and body.
Of all the souls that have hurt or harmed me.
Of all the souls that have hurt or harmed me.
Knowingly or unknowingly.
Knowingly or unknowingly.
In this lifetime or in any of our lifetimes.
In this lifetime or any other lifetime.
Please can you come and sit before me?
Please can you come and sit before me?
I have something very important to share with you.
I have something very important to share with you.
So now these souls come. Know that you're safe and no hurt or harm can come to you anymore. Whether you feel, see, sense, name, hear, sounds, images, just let it be. Say thank you.
Thank you.
To the souls that have hurt or harmed you are entering into this space. Maybe they're still coming, that's okay. Allowing them into this space. And we repeat, dear soul, mind and body,
Dear soul, mind and body,
of all the souls that are here present,
all the souls that are here present,
thank you for coming
thank you for coming
to hear what I have to say.
to hear what I have to say.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
I forgive you for all the hurt and harm that you have caused me,
I forgive you for all the hurt and harm that you have caused me,
knowingly or unknowingly,
knowingly or unknowingly,
in this lifetime or in any of our lifetimes.
in this lifetime or in any other lifetimes.
I forgive you deeply
I forgive you deeply
and wish to cut any karmic debt or ties that we have,
and wish to cut any karmic debt or ties that we have,
to let go of the burden that I've been carrying for many, many times.
to let go of the burden that I have been carrying many times.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we call upon Archangel Michael to be here present with his mighty sword. And anything that still connects these souls to you will be cut. As Archangel Michael lifts his mighty sword, and with one big whoosh, he cuts the cords that have kept you connected, instantly feeling lighter. All these souls that are here are so grateful that you have forgiven them, that you have helped them with their karma in this lifetime and the debt that they carry. We ask the divine and our spirit guides and all those in heaven and beyond to shower us with blessings. You are showered with an abundance of virtue for the forgiveness that you have extended out to these souls that are here. So taking a deep breath in and exhaling, letting it all go. Letting go of that pain. It's no longer yours to carry. It's weighed you down for long enough. And now you see all these souls here in deep gratitude to you. And now we ask them to respectively leave by chanting 3 times, gong sung, gong sung, gong sung.
Gong sung, gong sung, gong sung.
And they're all up and out the space in front of you. And just noticing how you feel. Maybe that was challenging. But on a soul level, there has been some deep healing. And the final part is to connect to your own soul. So let's repeat after me. Dear soul, mind and body of my soul,
dear soul, mind and body of my soul,
I love you.
I love you.
I honor you and appreciate you.
I honor you and appreciate you.
I ask for your forgiveness
I ask for your forgiveness
for any hurt or harm that I may have caused you,
for any hurt or harm that I may have caused you,
knowingly or unknowingly,
knowingly or unknowingly,
in this lifetime or in any of my lifetimes.
in this lifetime or in any of my lifetimes.
Please forgive me.
Please forgive me.
I am sorry.
I am sorry.
I love you.
I love you.
And breathing into your body, into your heart, into your soul. And if there's any memories of hurt that you may have caused yourself, it's time to let it go. Releasing the burden, forgiving yourself. Promising to yourself that you will do your best to not make the same mistakes. Do your best not to bring any more hurt or harm to yourself or to others. And to not allow others to hurt you. And if they do, we learn to forgive the very same day, so we don't carry that karma in our life. We use the power of forgiveness to forgive. Before we sleep on that day, it will not become karma. So make it a daily practice, if you can, before you go to bed, to ask for forgiveness to anyone that you may have hurt or harmed. Forgive anyone that may have hurt or harmed you. And forgive yourself by repeating 3 times, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Love you.
And there's also a beautiful 4-sentence forgiveness practice, the Ho'oponopono. You can repeat that throughout the day, or when you've had an incident, or something's hurt you, or you've hurt someone, or even yourself. You can say, I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. Let that become a beautiful mantra that you remember. And now taking a deep breath into your body. Exhaling completely. Just noticing how you feel. Anything came up, please feel free to share with me, or you can send me an email or a private message or in the chat if you're online now. And to close the practice, we'll chant Om Shanti 3 times. You can bring your hands together in a prayer position at your heart center, pressing the sides of your thumb knuckles into your heart space. Deep breath in. Om. Om. Shanti, Shanti. And now we rub the hands together, generate lots of heat in your palms. And then we take the hands, cup the eyes, just feel the warmth on your eyelids. And then slowly opening your eyes into your palms, blinking a few times. Slowly moving your hands just into the light in your space. And bringing the hands down. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. So you can unmute yourselves for those of you that are here with me. How are we doing?
Thank you, that was lovely. It was.
Nice.
I just felt that it needed more time. I think you have so many thoughts that come into your space that I think I would try that again myself at another time, but give myself much longer to process everything.
What happens sometimes when you have more time is you start going into a story, right? You're like, oh wow, that person came from when I was at school, and that person came when I was in college, and that was like, you know, my relationship that I had, you know. So it's if you go there, then you can lose it, you know. So it's really nice to do it. That was, I mean, you can do it, you know, longer, of course. I usually add some chants and, you know, more words, and, you know, it can be quite a deep practice. I love to practice when we're in an environment together. It's so powerful. I've been blessed to teach this at, you know, yoga retreats. I remember coming in Holland. I don't know if you was ever there, Liz. And I remember there was like 50 people, and we didn't have enough tissues to go around, and it was such a beautiful space that you can hold.
Yeah, I do know that I've done this a few times with you. It's familiar. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite practices. I would always incorporate it in my workshops, and I love teaching it live. It's got that energy. Yeah, it's been a while since I taught it, so it's a real pleasure. And yeah, how was that for you, Peter? Thank you for being the voice.
Thank you. Yes, it extraordinarily light without the stories. I feel that there's some foreground characters and background characters, and it's lovely to open up that space, to see what comes up and what persons emerge. And so thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. And if, for instance, one particular person, you know, it's still there, you know, and they're really like kind of heavily present, you can always call them in, you know, get into this, you know, into that zone, you know, feeling really at peace and breathing a few times and calling that soul in. And actually it's another practice, but we call it a soul conferencing. But you can actually have a dialogue with this person. But the most important thing is that you're not cruel in your dialogue. You know, you're here to heal. So you can share the pain that you may have been caused, but you're here to heal it because you want to clear the karma, not create more karma or any negative energy. And, you know, ask on a soul level. And once you've shared everything that you've wanted to say, just close the eyes, take a deep breath in and ask, is there something that you would like to say to me? And if you're in that zone, you'll be silent and your higher self will give you a beautiful message. And sometimes, you know, when I've worked with clients, it's given them the insight as to why that person did what they did in the first place. So it can be really powerful, you know, to do this practice. I mean, I use it a lot in different ways. You know, sometimes we have to really call that person in and go through a real deep letting go and stuff. But forgiveness is so powerful. We all need it. We all need it. We hold on to too much, far too much. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
How was that for you, Anu?
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, so again, you know, they were just like I had no idea who these souls were, but yeah, they would comment. It was like, oh, it's nice though, because I felt like, you know, there wasn't really like an emotional attachment. You know, it was very blissful in that sense. and it was just, it was just very releasing.
Yeah, I often, when in each process, I do a lot of chanting. Actually, I start singing, but I was like, okay, I'll leave the singing out today. But when I practice in person, it's so beautiful to really vocally get this out as well. But yeah, no, great. It really does. I always say with forgiveness, if we don't forgive, it's like every person we hurt or they've hurt us. I say it's like rocks. We have this rucksack on, we're throwing them in the back of our rucksack, and people are weighed down by all this pain and hurt, and what happens is it closes the heart center, so then they're unable to actually receive or spread love. They're just with a closed heart, and they've got rounded shoulders, and by the time they've lived their life, they get to the end of it and they're knocking on heaven's doors, and God looks at their rucksack and said, "Oh, you better go back. You got a lot. You're not bringing that crap in here." Sort of thing. Just try to be funny about it, but it's true, and we need to forgive and let these things go. So it's a great. Richard, have you ever experienced a practice like that?
I've done Ho'oponopono practice before.
Yes.
And yeah, it's a lovely way. I'm generally with people that I'm kind of in contact with, or actually, in the room. So doing it with souls from afar is unusual. But I mean, I must admit, I was called by real people in my life. So it wasn't random souls that I didn't recognize. It was definitely people that I knew or had known in the past. And so you're right, it can easily become a dwelling on the issues that you had, or just thinking about them as people rather than focusing on cutting the ties. That's quite a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I love Archangel Michael. I do a lot of cord cutting practices in themselves when you really get that cord cutting. But Master Shah would always say, if you heal the soul first, the mind and body will follow. So we're literally healing, the soul on a soul level. We're healing, and that happens, with our bodies. If you've got pain within your body, you can connect to the soul of that rather than, always not having mind over matter, but soul over the matter. And I've always loved and really understood these practices and really put them into experiences, really for years I've been using these practices, using these forgivenesses, and really understanding things more on a soul level rather than coming from the mind and connecting to souls and stuff. And it can get so powerful, it's really magical. It's really, really beautiful.
And I do think it's important to remember that you can forgive others even if it's not reciprocated.
Absolutely.
That act of giving can free you from some of the burden of it, and some of the guilt in some cases. It's nice.
And also when you forgive on a soul level, because it is sometimes hard if someone's hurt you to actually, pick up a phone or meet them in person and say, "Oh, I'm really sorry for what I've done," because you've got that fear, like, oh, how are they going to react? What are they going to say? Are they going to forgive me? But when we do it on a soul level, it's again tried and tested. As the energy goes out, what you're putting out into the unified field, out into the cosmos, is that forgiveness. And when it really comes from your heart and you're really like, I do want to let this go, I've had enough, especially when you practice this more and more and more, you realize that, God, it makes me feel better. I feel lighter because I've forgiven. Why am I holding on to it? And why am I holding on to that? I want to get on with my life. Others receive that. And, miracles have happened. You might get a phone call from someone going, I just wanted to reach out and say, I forgive you, or something like that. Or really strange things can happen. I've gone through so many things in my life and used this, and really believe it's a massive part of peace, where I find a lot of my peace, and especially, some relationships that may have not worked out, just really using this from my heart space, really wanting to say sorry, because sometimes it's hard to say it, our egos get in the way, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Iona, nice that you're online. I can't see you. I'd love to see your face if you're there and like to share, or give us a wave or a hello. You get these silent people that join. So does anybody have any questions? Would anybody like to share anything else? Liz, did you share?
Oh, gosh, I'm not even sure. Yeah, no, I have nothing to. I sometimes need to process things a bit longer.
Sure.
Thinking about it. Yeah, yeah. I think. Yeah, it's quite surprising. Well, surprising, like people coming into you, coming in. I thought, where did that come from? Or I never thought about that person before.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice to write that out as a script as well. So
Yeah, I do have it as a
reference.
script. Yeah, no,
Yeah, that'd be
definitely. I
really
can
nice.
share that with you. I have it as a script. I actually have a meditation, I think, on YouTube. So feel free to go to YouTube. I've got, I think it's a longer recording, and I actually chant in it as well. So if you want that recording, I think, Liz, you might have a CD from many years ago.
I have got 2 CDs. Yeah.
I went through a stage in the beginning when I first started practicing, and then I used to give the practice away because it's priceless. It's like, I don't want to charge someone to forget, like it's such a practice that everyone should do. So it's there. I think that's when I decided just put it on YouTube. So yeah, please feel free to go to YouTube, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I'm going to get my little butt into action and start to put some new stuff on there soon.
Okay.
I'm trying to get my build a beautiful relationship with social media, which has been quite challenging because I'm quite an old school soul. But yeah, it's the way forward with community. But I still miss virtual people, so I can't wait to see you all in person.
Oh,
fantastic. Excellent. Anybody else? Anything else you'd like to share, or just lots of love and goodbye?
Yeah, lots of love and goodbye. and also to, I think just obviously I help you with setting some of these calls up. For those people that are watching this as a recording, it would be so lovely to see you live at one of the sessions that you're doing, because you're now doing these sessions every month, and we would love feedback from people who can't make it live as to what would be a good time for us to meet. A different day or a different time of the day, or a different day or a weekend.
Students in India are saying it's 1 o'clock in the morning. How am I supposed to be on this call? And then people in America that are like, oh, it's too early. And then, is it dinner time? So yes, please share your feedback, what practices you'd like more on, whether it's yoga, meditation, pranayama, healing, lots of different tools in my bag. Beautiful. Well, we're all angels. Lovely to see you, beautiful angels. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next month. Please join in.
Thank you. Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.